Hello, everybody. Once again, I'm Liam Crafton Jr., aka Zorgotch on Less Than Gear, and today I'd like to talk about the last Intuit occupation in my Palladium First Edition game, which is the Mind Mage, which is really just straight from the book with some minor tweaks. Mind Mages in original Palladium First Edition were considered men of magic, and I didn't quite understand it because just like I didn't understand why warlocks were men of magic or witches were men of magic, because mind mages get their things like healers and like illusionists. So that's why I made my Intuit class, my Intuit category class, general grouping, whatever you want to call it. And these powers come to them naturally. And they are the master psychics. And I've explained before that I got rid of the random chance of being psychic, because then you would have to try to pick a species that gave a chance of being psychic, and then you'd hopefully roll high. And if you only rolled for a minor or major, then you couldn't be the full mind mage. And since I don't cycle through a lot of players, even though we have multiple characters, it would be hard to be a mind mage if that's what you wanted to do. So I separated the psychic abilities for minor, major, and master to be chosen by the player. And if they just definitely want minor, major, or master, they can drop attribute dice, which I explained in character creation. But if they want to be a mind mage, either by getting something or getting an IQ of a 9, you can just be a mind mage and start off there. So that is the attribute requirement for the mind mage. Alignment of any, you can be good, evil, whatever. Physical conditioning is none. You don't need to be trained to be a fighter or physical condition to affect your mind powers, and that's the same thing as armor tier 3, why you have no training in armor. Like all the Intuits, once you have to be a mind mage to start off with, so you can't go into the mind mage. So even a major or master psychic, they haven't intuitively developed the path of a mind mage, so they can get psychic powers, and then that's random if they get that power or not at every level up to what their max level is, same as Palladium. But the mind mage, they'll get everything, whatever that level is. So at level 1, they get all the psychic powers. At level 2, they get all the psychic level 2 powers, etc. Let's look at the level chart. So first level, like every other character class, this is where you get your base skills. At level 2, you can recognize illusions, because illusions and mind mages are kind of sister Intuits, if you want to say. They're sister occupations. One's developed it for affecting the mind or creating things with their mind, where illusionist is using their mind to create illusions, but it's still similar enough that they can start recognizing illusions. 3 and 4 is getting more skills. Level 5, that's where your regeneration for your mystical source, your ISP in this case, goes up at 3 ISP per hour. The base is 2 ISP per hour. 6 and 7, you get some additional ISP, some more oomph, some more power to work with. 8th level is it gets more skills. 9th, regeneration goes up to 4. Additional ISP at 11, more skills at 12. Your highest regeneration of 5 ISP is at 13th, and then 14 and 15 are gaining more ISP, so you can do more stuff, have more power to do it with. Like in Palladium First Edition, elective and secondary skills. The elective skill list, these are the skills you're allowed to take. The secondary skill list is you can take any secondary skills. These are the skills that you get bonuses for. So inner strength points is your mental endurance times 2, plus 10 per additional level. I think that's pretty much straight from the mind mage occupation in Palladium First Edition. It's all based off of your mental endurance, not studious, not IQ, or not the mental affinity, your confidence. It's just based on your mental endurance. It's more of a brute force, um, intuitive thing than a studious or confident thing. Psychic power acquisition, as I mentioned, whatever level you are as a mind mage, you have all of those abilities. And recognize illusions is 7 at level 2 and 7% additional afterwards. And then later, when I start talking about mystical abilities and stuff, we'll go through magic and all that, and we will hit the psychic abilities because I did throw a lot from second edition, or a good enough amount from second edition riffs to that I thought were really iconic, and I wanted to be in my first edition, so I ported them over, converted them to being on the first edition kind of power scale. Having said that, once again, I'm Lee McCarthy Jr., aka Zoraj, less than guru, and until next time, I will catch you later.